So, welcome everybody, and thank you for being with us. And I especially want to thank the 7 or 8 agents who have done Ignite with us, Ignite 2.0, and have agreed to be on our panel so that they could share their experiences with us. They include Walker Holton, Wesley Osborne, Ivelisse Menlete, Ronnie Williams, John O'Brien, Giancarlo Paradis, and Luis Savetti. So a little bit of background regarding Ignite. Many of you may have done Ignite multiple times within the Market Center back when the Market Center did it. It was 12 sessions. It was Monday, Wednesday, Friday with mission days in between. Well, there was a whole new Ignite that rolled out, and it was 20 sessions. And the region, as we came into the pandemic, decided that they would do the heavy lifting of Ignite 2.0 because they have so many really awesome instructors. And so this was sort of the first rollout of Ignite 2.0. And I'm happy to tell you that the region is going to do it again in January. So if you've never done Ignite or you'd like to do Ignite 2.0, then of course it'll be via Zoom, where we all live. And I really highly recommend it. So let's just dig in to some of the questions that we have for our panelists. And the first question that we're going to ask is, how long have you been in real estate, and is this your first Ignite? And let's start with Walker.
I got my license back in March, and yes, this is my first Ignite. I mean, I signed on with Keller Williams in August, so I'm pretty new to it, and it was my first Ignite.
Awesome. Wesley, same question. How long have you been in real estate, and is this your first Ignite?
I've been in real estate for about 2 months now. I got my license at the end of August, and I joined KW at the beginning of September, and this was my first Ignite.
Awesome. Ivelisse, I just saw you there. Is this
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Are you new to real estate, and is this your first Ignite?
Yes, I am new, over a month in, and that was my first Ignite.
Awesome.
And I love it.
Ronnie Williams, are you with us? Ronnie? Oh, I don't hear you, Ronnie. Okay, moving on. John O'Brien. John O'Brien, how long have you been in real estate, and is this your first Ignite?
New to real estate as well. Got my license at the end of August. Signed on with KW in September, and this is the first Ignite.
Awesome. Giancarlo, same question.
Hi, Donna. Yes, so this is my third year in real estate. I transferred offices in August to Keller Williams Showcase Properties. And yes, I absolutely loved Ignite. It was my first time and hopefully not the last. So
awesome. And lastly, Louise, how long have you been in real estate, and is this your first Ignite?
I've been in real estate for 6 years, but really only 5 months because I retired, and now I am in real estate full time. So this, yes, was my first Ignite, and it was absolutely fabulous. I learned a lot.
Awesome. So let's moving on to the next question. Did you have a particular strategy for how you approached Ignite in advance of it beginning? Walker, we'll circle back to you. Did you have a particular strategy for how you were approaching Ignite?
I did the same thing I did in college. If you just show up every day and you're on and you're ready for class every day, it's all going to work out. So I made sure I was here every day. I had a notebook ready if I want to take any notes, and that was my approach.
Awesome. Wesley, what was your strategy?
Same as Walker's. I showed up every day. I made sure to have all the slides, all the handouts already up and running so that I can refer to it while discussions are going, and took notes along the way. So yeah.
Awesome. And Ivelisse, did you have a particular strategy?
Yes, the same as well, participating as much as I could to to put in practice what we were learning. Interaction.
Ronnie, did you join us now? I'm not hearing Ronnie. John O'Brien, John, did you have a particular strategy before you began with Ignite?
No, pretty much just being ready, having the participants guide printed, ready to go to refer, notebook ready to take some notes, but kind of the expectation of going into it with, okay, pull something new out of every class. So even though it may be a topic that I might be familiar with or something that may seem thin on the surface, there's something in there that you don't know. And just get that out of there.
And Giancarlo, same question. Did you have any strategies, any preconceived notions, if you will?
I kind of approached Ignite by keeping an open mind, active listening, and note-taking, of course.
Very good. And Louise, I'm sure you had heard of Ignite previously. Did you have any particular strategies or preconceived notions as to what it would involve?
I really didn't. There were a lot of programs that I heard the names of them, but I didn't know what they were. So I just came with an open mind to listen, take notes, participate, and learn.
Great, great. So circling back to our next question, who did you meet or who did you hear that was either impactful or super surprising to you? Walker, who did you meet or hear that was impactful or surprising?
I do remember really liking Chris Brown. I think he only taught one class, and honestly, I don't even remember what it was, but he had a lot of energy. He was relaxed. I don't know. He was fun to listen to. I remember that. But I can't even remember exactly what he was teaching right now.
Yeah. He's a team leader in Boston. He was very high energy and very entertaining. Is that important in a training class to have somebody who can keep your attention?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it's the same thing if you're selling real estate or selling anything. You gotta evoke enthusiasm, and I felt like he was good at doing that.
Awesome. Wesley, who did you meet or who did you hear that was either surprising or impactful? Did I lose you, Wesley? Let's move on. Ivelisse, I see you. Who did you meet or who did you hear that was surprising or impactful? Oh, I think you might be muted, honey. You're muted?
No.
There
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Yes, no, I definitely was impacted for most all of them. We go energy, clear topics, very also willing to listen to what we also brought it. Chris Brown, there was the last, I just don't have the note right here. It's in my car, might be. There was a doctor at the end that she was amazing in the last session. I don't know if anyone remember, it was a lady. She was extremely experienced and professional and also managing terminology. I don't know if you guys remember who was at the end. It was a lady from, I think, Connecticut or Maine. I'm not sure. I can get her name to you later.
She was a doctor?
Patty Sutherland.
Patty Sutherland.
Patty.
Patty Sutherland. And what was her topic, Ivelisse?
Was in general a little everything. From our belief, our professionalism, attitude, ethics. To include, I remember the moderator, when they were moderating the conversation, there were so many conversations, and I have the notes, I just don't have handed it right now with me. And she includes so valuable information up there. I don't know if anyone remember that it was on the last day of the session.
She had the financial basics, and she was going with the gross commission, income versus profit. It was really detailed and insightful.
Wow, that sounds good. Thank you, Ivelisse. Let's go to John O'Brien. Who did you hear or meet that you found surprising or impactful?
I thought it was the Patty Sutherland piece, and that was on the finance, and kind of flipping it to look at it from a, in order to be able to figure out what you needed to have for income, and kind of reversing the formula instead of looking at what you're putting out, looking at what is it that you want to make and then working the formula backwards. it was an interesting approach. It was a dry topic for sure, but it was very interesting. She was very thorough, very knowledgeable. It was a really, really good piece.
Awesome. Giancarlo, who did you meet or who did you hear that was surprising or impactful?
There was actually a lot of agents that I've met. I particularly was always kind of inspired by Jen Bove. I think she was always on point when she showed up to these meetings and kind of chimed in. And then Isabel Perkins had a really good fair housing course. I don't know if it was particularly part of Ignite, but I learned a lot from that course, and it was really helpful overall.
Awesome. Louise, who did you meet or who did you hear that was surprising or impactful?
I want to give a shout out to Jen Bove from
she's great.
Rhode Island, to Erin McLaughlin, who was really, dotting the I's and crossing the T's for everybody and really put the materials in 5 different places so people could be prepared. Tim Lindsay from New Hampshire was, he just chimed in a lot with some great information, straight to the point. And he has a humorous background, so he was great to listen to. And then Lorna Helms really helped brings a lot of pieces together as well. So I just want to give a shout out to them. And Chris Brown was very energetic. He was just like, this is the way I do it. This is the way it goes. And, forget everything else. Don't worry about that stuff. I loved him. He was great.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, I see Ronnie Williams is with us now. Ronnie, can you chime in? Can you hear us? Ronnie, you're on mute.
Hey.
There you are. There's my girl. How are you?
Hello. How's everyone?
Everybody's good, I think. So, Ronnie, we've been chit-chatting for a second. I'm going to circle back to you and ask you the first 3 questions that you missed. How long have you been in real estate, and was this your first Ignite?
I joined Keller Williams in February of 2020. So that gives me, I can't even count now. That gives me about 10 months in the business. And this is my first Ignite. It was very, very, very inspiring and a lot of information. And I think it's something that I'll continue to participate in as every year, just to refresh your skills.
Did you have any particular strategy or preconceived notion before you started Ignite?
I really didn't really know what Ignite was really going to help me with, because I'm taking classes on an ongoing basis. But surprisingly enough, there were many, many ahas that I took away, and each person that was involved. I agree, Lorna Helms and Tim from New Hampshire and Jen Bove. I mean, everyone brought something to the table that was useful, insightful, and something that we could incorporate into our business.
Awesome. So let's go on to the next question, and we'll circle back to Walker. Walker, what are the 3 things that you're going to implement right away?
Well, one thing is I realize I'm kind of always working. You're always coming in contact with people, and I'm aware of that and aware of, kind of always, letting people know what I'm doing, kind of just marketing myself all the time. Another thing is using the tools that I already have, and Ignite really opened this up for me. Of, you kind of get stuck in a mindset of what a real estate agent should be when you're not that, and just opening up all these other pathways. For example, I work at a couple of gyms now. I got my business cards at the gym, sitting in a little case, and people, oh, you're a real estate agent? Yeah, I certainly am. And using the things I have. And then also from Ignite, realizing that those little conversations I'm having every day. This would be, I would say, the third thing. Is that I reach out now. I reach out a lot more often. Somebody even just says there's a little, yeah, my parents were looking for this. They're looking for a 3-bedroom. The next day, I might send a couple of properties that way. Like, hey, I know you said your parents are looking for a 3-bedroom in Quincy. Take a look at these few places I found. Let me know what you think. Just those following ups mean a lot and really, I think, stick in people's brains.
Awesome. Wesley, did you make it back with us?
Yeah, I'm back.
Oh, Wesley, thank you. So what are the 3 things that you're going to implement right away?
The 10-4, that was
The
a big
10-4,
one.
the daily 10-4.
The daily 10-4. As a
Can
brand
you
new
say
agent.
something what that is, Wesley, so that everybody else is aware of it?
Yeah, so it's 10 calls every day, 10 postcards sent out, and reviewing 10 properties a week. And the final one was 10.
I think it's 10 new prospects.
Yeah.
I know it.
But I'm taking it day by day. So that's like the big one for me as a new agent. I think the next thing is using command. Using that as your, like, as Walker said, using the tools that you currently have, and KW provides a ton of great tools. And so command is one of those, and I've been getting my head around that. And then I think the big one is reaching out to other agents and going to open houses, so that you can expose yourself to new people, see how agents do other things. And I've been doing that every weekend, so I go to open houses.
That's great. That's great. Ivelisse, what are the 3 things you're going to implement right away?
Well, the tools, merge myself more into the industry. Got my mind. And something that I really love a lot, Donna, was about the limiting belief. I'm working on that, knowing that we are in value. We are actually doing something that anyone or everyone might need and might look into. So merge into that rhythm. That's one other thing. In technology, getting used to understand that this is the new way. And it's a very easy and efficient way.
Good. Ronnie, what are the 3 things you're going to implement right away?
Well, the one thing that I've implemented is trying to keep time block so that I can
Love that. Love it.
Do my 10-4. I must confess that I haven't done that every day, but I'm really trying to time block so that I can get to that on a regular basis. And I guess the other thing is just practicing my scripts. Those 3 things: time block, 10-4, and script practice is how I'm approaching the situation right now. And I agree. What I've done is a couple of places where places around town, like the gas station or the little corner store, what I've asked them if I could put some of my business cards there for anyone that's interested. So little advertising around the neighborhood.
Awesome. John, what are the 3 things you're going to implement right away?
Well, similar to Wesley, it's being more comfortable promoting myself, getting comfortable in that skin. That's a little bit out of my comfort zone. I'm a social person, but promoting myself has always been a little bit more of a challenge. So learning to be more comfortable in doing that, and realizing that when I'm in an environment, promote what it is that I do in order to be able to attract potential prospects. The second thing is just embracing a lot of the technology. I love the technology piece. That's probably where I feel the most comfortable, and realizing that having a good platform to start on to market myself helps support me getting out of my comfort zone by being a little bit more engaging with people to promote me as a realtor, and using some of those marketing tools and the technology to do that. And then similar to Ronnie, it's trying to be a little bit more consistent with my time management so that I can do more of the outgoing calls and keep that to a committed schedule on a daily basis. I'm not very good at doing that, and just trying to stick to that formula.
Thank you. Giancarlo, what are the 3 things you're going to implement right away?
Absolutely lead generation and the 10-4, for sure. Scripts was also something that I think was really highly emphasized during this training, and positive affirmations. I think just telling yourself every day and just keeping those affirmations in mind as you're going through your career process. And yeah, those are things that I'll probably take with me.
Awesome. Louise, what are the 3 things you're going to implement right away?
So I think John said it earlier regarding moving backwards from the financials, the goal setting. I think that's really key to keep me motivated on doing all of those other pieces, the 10-4, et cetera. So once I have those goals set, then practicing the scripts is something that I need to do. I realize that when I'm talking to people, sometimes I stumble upon, or they stumble me. Time management is huge for me because of the trying to balance these kids working their schoolwork from home. It's a big thing. One of the things that I did the other day was when I walked into to pick up some food, and I was just listening to the words, and someone had said, when you're around town, look for dumpsters, look for these key words. And someone mentioned moving something. So I asked them if they were moving, if they're selling their things off. Anyway, I have a prospect there. So it was just one of those things where you can add value to any situation. So it was a good reminder to have.
That's awesome. Good. So let's circle back to Walker with the next question. Walker, what excites you about your real estate career?
What excites me is I feel like the sky's the limit. I feel like I make a ton of money if you're doing this right. And it's something I enjoy doing. I've been checking out a lot of open houses. I like walking through them. It doesn't really feel like work. I'm just talking to people. I would probably do that anyway. Now I just kind of steer it towards real estate. But yeah, like seeing all the profit share stuff of people making thousands of dollars a month, like that's motivating. That shows me there's money out there to go get.
That's great. Wesley, what excites you about your real estate career?
Very similar to Walker. I think sky's the limit. I see so many different opportunities through real estate. Financially, I see it as a great opportunity. Just networking in general, meeting a lot of great different people from different backgrounds, different everything. It's fun walking into random people's houses, technically, during open houses and seeing all the different things out there and in the different price ranges and stuff like that. So those are the kind of things that are exciting me about real estate and the things that it can do for you along the way. And you're helping people along the way too.
True. Ivelisse, what excites you about your real estate career?
It's exciting to be a connector for something so important to others, to be part of that transition when most first-time home buyer or investor wanted to make their dream come true in an area that is so solid. So being connected to be part of that and being connected to someone that wanted to be connected with us as a professional, it excites me.
That's
that
sweet.
Connection. And of course, numbers can be good.
Exactly. Ronnie, what excites you about your real estate career?
Well, right now, I think the fact that I'll be able to actually retire from this little part-time job I have, make some real money. I think that's the most exciting thing for me. And I'm just looking forward to making this be successful and being able to establish a business on my own, working for myself. Love that idea.
Love it. John, what excites you about your real estate career?
Pretty much the same. It's having that autonomy and building your own business, kind of being in charge of what it is, your own destiny in many respects. And it's tapping into a very old passion of mine going back to when I bought my very first house, when I was very young, and being interested in real estate. So I'm kind of capitalizing on that interest and being able to do something with it. And it's kind of the sky's the limit. I can take this in many different directions and still haven't quite figured out where that's going to be or where that passion is going to take me, but excited about the prospects.
Yes. Giancarlo, what excites you about your real estate career?
I'm overall just excited to help people find the home of their dreams, and to build a career where people can call me and essentially know that they can trust me to get the job done, essentially.
Awesome. Louise, what excites you about your real estate career?
I enjoy what I do. and I'll get out of it what I put into it. So I know if the effort's not there, then I'm not going to reach some of my goals. So it's not rocket science.
It's not.
Even if it were, it's something that comes easily, and it's enjoyable to speak with people and to help people. And I ditto everything that everyone else said.
Awesome. So moving on to the next question, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career? Walker, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
Well, at first, I kind of thought it was going to be more like being a salesman. And I've been a salesman before. I've done inside sales, and I've been that pushy guy. And I was a little weary about that. Now I realize it's not that. You're just selling yourself. Everybody needs to live somewhere. Everybody needs a property. People want to own houses, and they need help. And once I realized I'm more just trying to get them to go with me to give them a service they absolutely need, that really changed my perception. And I felt like less of a pushy salesman and more of just like somebody that was helping. So that was a big change for me that helped a lot.
Awesome. Leslie, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
I guess for me, being so new at it, it kind of just opened my mind to what real estate is, and not like, and just giving me like the tools and like the mindset of like how to go about running a business. And I guess the big thing it is a business, and it's not a job, and it's a very fulfilling career. And it's all that whatever you put in is what you get out of it. So that's kind of how it changed me.
Love it. Ivelisse, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
Yes, definitely changed a lot, because seeing so many professionals in one place all together, bringing different topics and expertise and experiences, but meaning the same, it actually made me feel more confident that I actually on the right journey, the new career. Yes.
Oh, good, good. Ronnie, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
Well, what it opened my eyes to were the many different ways in which you can grow your business, or the many tools that are available in order to grow your business. Some of the ideas that were presented during Ignite, I would have never crossed my mind. So this was really an eye-opening situation. And it was refreshing to know that some of the challenges that I was feeling, that really you're not alone, and there's someone there that can, you can pick up the phone or hold your hand or work through it. And I think that's what Ignite did for me.
Awesome. John, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
I think it made me realize that you're kind of not alone. You do have a huge support team behind you that will help you get through some of the challenges that you're definitely going to come across, especially as new agents. And realizing that, ultimately it is a business. It is the destiny that you set for yourself based on how much effort you're willing to put forth.
Wow. Giancarlo, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
Well, Donna, coming from another office, you're really required to just sit in a desk and, kind of wait for folks to kind of come to you. Ignite kind of opened me up to the idea of lead generation, and really just going out there and giving it all you got to find as many ready and willing and able clients as available to you. So that's really kind of what I've gained from it.
Awesome. Louise, how did Ignite change your perception of a real estate career?
You are not alone. That's the biggest thing. There are just so many people out there to support you. And that was fabulous to see and to feel. I think a lot of people believe that all real estate or realtors are cutthroat people. And this was clearly an indication of how many people are there to support you and to make sure that you are successful within Keller Williams. I actually was really happy to be part of Keller Williams going through this Ignite. So it wasn't intimidating in the least. It was really supportive. I think what Walker had said at the beginning was really perfectly said. And lead generation piece that John Kahlo just mentioned again. And yeah, the fact that you're not alone and you can get help whenever you need it.
Awesome. So let's go on to the next question. And again, we'll circle back to Walker. Walker, what was your favorite part of command or technology?
I'd have to say probably my favorite part is that app, being able to share that with people and how willing they are to download that. And then I'm getting notifications from Kelly saying people are signing on, stuff like that, that I'm like, I didn't realize how much this stuff is intertwined. And I'm also a big fan, it's hard to keep everything straight without command. I'm really detailed in the notes section about when I talk to somebody, what did we talk about? Even if it's not real estate related, keeping good notes of that, seeing, when was the last time I talked? What did we talk about? And it really helps me keep everything straight because easily things could just fall through the cracks without all the detail from command.
Awesome. Wesley, what was your favorite part of command or technology?
Same as Walker, the KW app is really great and really easy for me. A lot of my friends are around 24, 25. So it's really great to just kind of send them that without being you're looking for a house, or just kind of just saying, hey, check out this app. And when you're ready, take a look. Yeah. And also smart plans in command. I'm trying to get my head around that, but I think that's going to be really great in terms of keeping track of communication with everyone in my database. So yeah.
Awesome. Ivelisse, what was your favorite part of command or technology?
Yes, I'm trying to adjust the interaction with human through virtual. So knowing that there's so much tools of technology and that they can be easy managed, that get me very excited. So I'm gonna take advantage of that because I'm more in interactors, or the meeting 101 need to be out of my mind and knowing that technology can do the same or most efficient way, time manage.
Awesome. So. Ronnie, what was your favorite part of command or technology?
I think that the opportunities or the smart plans actually is a great way to set a timetable to follow up with your database. I'm still working on getting that set up properly, but I think that that's a good tool to use in command.
Awesome. John, favorite part of command or technology?
Yeah, pretty much everything. The fact that it actually gives you, there are a lot of resources available through command, the things that you can do with it, from the smart plans down to the advertising campaigns. The fact that they give you the majority of the templates to work with, so you can be extremely creative and be tremendously efficient at the same time. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. So from that perspective alone, that's a huge, huge asset.
Awesome. Louise, favorite part of command or technology?
Lorna had shown some of the smart plans and the automatic auto marketing onto Facebook and other social media sites, which was fabulous. I thought that was amazing. Doing the work for you and keeping everything updated. Yeah. And then you just follow up with the leads. How awesome is that? I use the app myself when I'm driving through different neighborhoods. I'll just put the app on and I'll see a house for sale. And I'm like, oh my gosh, $3 million. That's amazing. I should be in that town. But
that's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, all of the command pieces that I didn't realize were in there.
Yeah. Great. So our next question is, was there something that wasn't covered at Ignite that you wish were? Walker, was there something covered at Ignite that you wish were, so that we can fix it?
Honestly, right now, I can't think of anything, but as I get deeper into this career, I'm sure something will will come across. I mean, maybe some stuff, this might be a little too advanced, but I am really interested in things like foreclosures and short sales, but I think that might be a little too much as far as to cover in Ignite.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure once I start really getting into this, I'll think of something.
Awesome. Wesley, did we miss anything on Ignite?
I would say no. I think you guys hit everything on the mark.
Hit a home run.
Yeah, as a new agent, there's just a lot to take in just in general. So I couldn't even tell you if there was something missing because everything was so brand new to me. But I guess there was a lot of validation because I read the MREA book and a different book that kind of said a lot of similar information. So I think Ignite was just great.
Awesome. Ivelisse, did we miss anything?
Not that I'm aware of, being so new. Maybe there will be a second chapter, right? A year after in.
Awesome. Ronnie, was there anything we missed in Ignite for you?
Not that I could tell. I mean, there was a lot of information provided, a lot of information to absorb. And as the others said, not since I haven't been in the business that long, it may be difficult for me to discern that something was missed, but going forward, there may be something. But so far, I think you guys did a great job.
Awesome. John, did we miss anything?
Donuts and coffee in the morning.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking drone delivery of donuts and coffee. Absolutely.
Virtual donuts. So it's something to
Virtual
work on for the
donuts.
next one. But
I'm writing it down, John. Virtual donuts.
No, being new, I can't. I'll let you know in a couple of months.
Okay. Giancarlo, did we miss anything other than the virtual donuts and coffee, of course?
I kind of like what Walker mentioned about the foreclosures and short sales.
Okay.
Also, maybe just a little bit about the showing procedure. Just kind of, I know we talked a little bit about it, but just kind of going over how Keller Williams would like the showing procedure to kind of happen. So.
Okay, good. Thank you. Louise, did we miss anything?
So I've just recently learned about core classes, and I still don't know what that is. I've just heard that term. So I'd like to know what exactly that means. What are the core classes that a new agent is responsible for taking? And then all of the different offerings from Keller Williams, masterminds and mega camp and all of that. I think sometimes it's a little confusing to find out what all of those pieces are. So just knowing what Keller Williams is actually offering you, I mean, we could promote other agents from just learning more about that, but just from having Ignite be part of the program, that's enough for me to want to promote other agents.
Awesome. So let me circle back. I know what core classes are. So core classes are something that happen within our market center. It's not a term used throughout Keller Williams world, but core classes are the classes that we ask new agents to take, new licensees to take, to be exact. It's agency disclosure, lead paint, buyer paperwork, seller paperwork, open houses, and rentals. It's primarily focused on paperwork more than anything else. I've got lots of agents who just really enjoy jumping back in to a buyer paperwork class because they really want to talk more about what an escalation clause is, or how can I best present my buyer so that they win the multiple offer bid, or they just really so I'm going with really like me sometimes, but look for those classes, Louise. I would, or if you have questions, call me directly. I would love to have you join us for a core class. So, has anybody on the panel ever done Ignite before? Louise, did you do Ignite before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so the next question is not germane. So moving on to the last one, what's the one thing, knowing that the one thing, that clarifying question, what's the one thing that you can do that would make everything else easier or obsolete? What is your one thing takeaway from Ignite? Or we'll paraphrase to your main aha, if you will. Walker, what's your one takeaway?
I think my one takeaway is everything is an opportunity. Leave no stone unturned, even if you're just at the grocery store, if you're making a phone call, that not even real estate related, everything is an opportunity and there's a chance to capitalize on it.
Love it. Wesley, what's your one thing? What's your big takeaway?
My big takeaway from everything is lead generation. Just going out there and being proactive, making those calls, talking to people, and not being a secret agent.
No secret agents. Ivelisse, what's your big takeaway? What's your one thing?
Same, lead generation. Be
Awesome.
exposed up there.
Awesome.
Bring it out.
Be exposed. I'm not sure we've ever said be exposed during a masterminds before. Ronnie, what was your big takeaway? What's your one thing?
I have to say that lead generation was the main thing, because I just have it set in my mind that 10-4, that lead generation, that's the most important part of the business. And if you don't have leads, you really don't have anything to do.
Well
lead
said.
generation, follow up.
Well said. John, what was your main takeaway? What's your one thing?
For me, capitalizing on the fact that it's the only way I'm going to be successful in this business is really being self-promotional and recognizing that I'm solely in charge of my success. And it's the tools that you provide are there, but ultimately it comes down to me doing the work.
True. Giancarlo, what was your one thing, your main takeaway, your big kahuna aha?
Absolutely, lead generation equals success for me.
That's a t-shirt. Awesome. Louise, what was your one thing, your takeaway?
The time management and the time blocking, and knowing that there is sitting on my desk.
Awesome.
So the lead generation, and as everyone said.
So we have with us at today's mastermind about 500 years of experience looking at some of the other agents with us. Does anybody have anything they'd like to, a piece of wisdom, a little pearl or nugget that they might like to share with some of these agents? Something that they've learned along the way?
I'm not a realtor, but I'll jump in if you don't mind. I've taken a ton of notes here, and there's a lot of new faces here. Real quick, I know we're running out of time, but I'm not a realtor, I'm a lender, but both of our businesses are the same, right? You guys self-generate your own leads. I do too. You're 100% commission. I am too. You guys sell houses. I sell the money so that people can buy those houses, right? So it's all the same sort of stuff, just different widgets that we sell. But a few things real quick. I would just say, I don't know if anybody's touched on it. We touched on a lot of great things here, but I really feel like nothing matters more than consistency. You guys are going to see so many people come on at night that just, are looking to crush it right out of the gate, right? And they're way ahead, but they're just not consistent. They might put in 2 or 3, solid days, weeks, months, come out of the gate, but consistency is key, right? Little by little. It's like the turtle, the old cartoon there. What was it? The turtle versus the roadrunner or whatever. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's number one. The other thing too, I think, is just whether it comes to scripts or even the way that you sell. I think it was Walker that talked or mentioned earlier today. You're just happy you don't have to be a pushy salesperson. Just be true to yourself. The scripts that you use, if you don't believe in what the script says or what the script is telling you to say, no matter how well it's delivered, people just, they won't believe you, right? Just be true to yourself. So truly, if you are a pushy salesperson by nature, be a pushy salesperson here, but still come from contribution and do it for the right reasons. But just be true to yourself, because there's enough business out there for everyone. I might meet with somebody and not land the deal, and somebody else may land that deal. by being a pushier salesperson and take better care of that person, than maybe I could have, but so that's not a bad thing, but just at the end of the day, really, truly just be true to yourself. And then finally, somebody mentioned earlier about, with Keller Williams and this Ignite class and the masterminds and mentoring and all these other things. I promise you, there's no other office that does it. There's no other company, but no other office or couple of offices that do it the way that Showcase Properties and Signature Properties do. If you're you're a brand new agent and you walk into the number one realtor's, number one producer's office and ask for help, they will help you, as long as it's not Dakota Riley in the middle of her phone calls in the morning. Okay, stay out of that. Stay out of that like you're sneaking into a bear's den. Don't do it. Okay, but aside from that, do it, and people are going to be there to help you. And there's more than enough business to go around. I think your office has number one market share in most of the towns in Braintree and around there, with something like 10% of the business, right? That's a huge number, but that still means that you're only landing 1 out of every 10 deals. There's so much more opportunity there for all of us. And I think that you guys, better than any other realtors or offices that I work with, realize that. And I just love that so much about you guys. So that's just a few little tidbits that I took out of this call here today.
Awesome.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you.
I've been taking notes too, if you don't mind me jumping in.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much for putting this on today. This was a great panel. I love hearing your feedback and the things that you've learned from Ignite. It's really nice to have these panels because, a lot of times they say, Keller Williams, you're drinking through the fire hose, right? So it's a lot of information and it's coming at you really fast and really hard, and it's hard to retain all of it. So a few things that I heard that I really wanted to reiterate from you guys, what you said. You took notes. You took this as if you were in school, and you took it very seriously, and you did it. You taught yourself as you went through this process. You'll get out of it what you put into it. That's huge. That's this business. It's so true. If you don't take all of the right steps to time manage, make those calls, be on script practice, going to the command trainings, it's not going to work, right? You get out of it what you put into it. So you guys are doing all the right things. All the things you're saying right now, they're spot on. That's exactly what you want to take away from a class like Ignite. So I'm so glad to hear that you guys got all of that from this class. I just sent over a couple of time management examples. If you guys want to use them, you can take them, tweak them, make them your own. They're in the chat. You can download them. They're in a Word document. I've shared these before on our Facebook page. So if you go to our Facebook group page for Keller Williams Showcase Properties, there's a files there, and you can get a bunch of different resources from there as well. Also, if you're not taking the scripts class with Lisa Axios on Monday and Wednesday, please start doing that. John Carlo can speak to the fact that it's amazing. She's such a great resource. So please, take advantage of that. Command trainings with Diana for new agents. Please take advantage of that. That's just for you guys to ask questions and get more comfortable with command. You guys are right. You're not alone. This is the beautiful thing about Keller Williams. That's why I'm with Keller Williams. I love Keller Williams, is because you're not alone here. You have incredible resources and agents who are willing to help you at any time. Like Bob said, unless Dakota's making her calls first thing in the morning, maybe we don't go in there and interrupt her at that time, but if you reach out to her and ask her, she'll make time for you. That's how the agents are here. Everyone wants to help you and wants to help you grow. And, take advantage of that. Don't be afraid to ask. They want to hear from you. The mentors that are out there, they want to hear from you. So really take advantage of those resources. These guys have been in the business for so long because they're successful and good at what they do. So really take advantage of that. You guys, this was awesome. I loved everything that I heard. As far as foreclosures and short sales, there's often a lot of really free classes that are offered from the realtor boards. So keep an eye on all those emails that come out. I know a lot of them you're just like, oh my gosh, I'm being inundated with one email after another. Read through them, at least skim through them. There could be something in there that really stands out to you and something that you might want to participate in. And often they're free. So, at least skim through it before you delete it and move it to your trash, okay? Because you might be missing out on a class that you're interested in. We're definitely going to make a note about showing procedures, and we'll talk more about that so that we can be more comfortable with that as well. your CRM, it's your business. So I love to hear that you guys are all in command. You're all using the app. That's huge. It's so great to hear, because that's really what the whole purpose of Command is to be a platform, this place where everything talks to each other. And you guys are really going to see your businesses thrive if you live and breathe your CRM. So that's awesome. That's all I got. You guys are awesome. This was great. Thank you so much.
So what I want to make sure everyone, not just our panelists, is aware of, because I know the panelists are aware of this, is that Ignite 2.0 that we just discussed is available on the regional YouTube channel. And so if you liked what you heard, then you too can avail yourself of Ignite 2.0 at your own leisure. There's nothing good on TV anymore.
So
Nothing.
true.
Nothing is left because they're not filming anything anymore. You might as well be, educated and entertained, but the lights are on, Alicia. The lights are on.
No, they keep going off on me.
Going off
in the dark.
But just honestly, it was so well done. And I've been an Ignite, instructor. So I'm happy to be out of work because those people did a much better job. So go to you need to subscribe. You should have subscribed anyways, quite honestly, to the regional YouTube channel and avail yourself of those Ignite classes. You will thank me.
Really, I'll definitely check it out because I heard a lot of great things here today, but I think that you guys all should just bookmark that YouTube channel at the top of your toolbar. And when you're time managing, just make sure that you're setting aside an hour for one of the classes, at least like every other day, because there's just so much that you'll take away from that. I do it, and I know there's not enough time in the day. Sometimes we all feel really overwhelmed, like how are we going to fit one more thing in? But it can be done, and you will be glad that you did it afterwards.
Awesome. Does anybody else have, Margaret, I see you waving. Did you have something to say?
I thought I'd say a little bit. Hi, I'm Margaret. I'm over at the Norwell office, and welcome to everybody. I'm one of the newer agents as well. I think I'm entering in my 4th year. I think it's my 4th year. And I remember being a new agent. I came from teaching special ed, so it was overwhelming. It's kind of like what they described. You're the fire and they're shooting the fire hose at you of information. And it was so overwhelming. And so I had to figure out that, I picked and choose and did as best I could and focused on it and not put all that pressure on me of, oh my God, I have to know everything. Just take your time and you'll get to know everything. And the biggest thing was my first no. Like, how you do the calls and then they're all like, absolutely not. Actually, one woman called me back to tell me, don't ever call me again. And I was like, what? And being the people pleaser, it's just somebody said to me, use the word next. You just move on to the next, move on to the next. And then eventually you'll start to get traction. And a big part is the training. Try to go to every training there is. I mean, Keller Williams is known for this, and they're great for this. This is why I chose Keller Williams, is because of all the trainings. I still learn something new every time, and asking for help is huge. And that's another thing I love about Keller Williams is, I call anybody, and they are willing to stop and just answer your questions and to help. So that's a huge part about Keller Williams as well. And then the other thing is to, of course, stay positive, but find your niche. You're going to find a way that you're the best salesperson there is. And then, go with that. Some people might be good at one certain particular way of doing things. You just have to find your way of what you're really good at doing things. And the best of luck to you. Those are my couple little, helpful hints. Hopefully, just keep moving on, get training, ask for help, ask for help, ask for help. And the best of luck. Sounds like you guys are going to do great anyway.
Awesome. Thank you, Margaret. Does anybody else have anything that they'd like to share before we conclude? Because I see the time is coming up.
Oh.
Donna, you did a fantastic job moderating this.
Oh,
I'll tell
thank you.
It was awesome. A lot of stuff in here packed. You kept people moving. It was great.
Thank you very much.
Great. And thank you for facilitating all of the after Ignite classes.
Oh, my pleasure.
15 minutes of those catch up for everybody.
I
I'm
was
sure
quite
you all have
frankly
value from
thinking
that.
that I was like an after like bachelorette wrap up. So it was just my own ego. It's all good though. It's my own
I love
wrap
it.
up party. So awesome.
Actually,
So-
Donna, it was great because it brought us together. So, and we've never physically met each other before. So it was wonderful to be able to have this connection with Walker and Wesley and John and Ronnie and John Collo.
You're the graduating class. You are, we need to play pomp and circumstance. You are the graduating class of Ignite. And so your reunions are going to be, you graduated during a pandemic. Your class reunions are going to be awesome. Awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
So much.
Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks,
See you next
Bob.
week.
You too,
Bye.
Bob. Happy birthday.
Thanks, everyone.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.